A big warm welcome to Split Rock in Mahwah. We are here to celebrate the most gorgeous gathering of peace and unity with, of course, an indigenous celebration, but we also have a whole host of interfaith representations who want to be here with us today. We are indoors because of the weather, and not because we don't like rain, but because we don't want to slip and fall as we get up a mountain. So we're going to get started very, very soon. We're going to hear from Chief Perry of the Ramapo Lunaape Indians. I'm sorry that I'm putting my hand over the my own cameraman here for now. And as such, we are going to get started. We are going to make sure that Chief is heard, and we're going to be inviting him up to the stage. Well, a warm welcome, Chief, to come up, and we're going to start for today. Yeah, you're going to go exactly what we're going to do. Here we go. I'm going to change my camera direction, and peace and joy to all.
Munsee, Ramapo. Tahetaweew, Chief Perry of the Ramapo Lunaape. Ramapo, Sweetwater people, Munsee, people of mountains. People of mountains means the Adirondacks, the foothills. Refers back to the thousands of our ancestors carrying facing quiet genocide, barely our relatives. Reach them on this most auspicious occasion, love, global unity. I ask each and every one of us to not just remember who you are, but to remember who you truly were. For the lessons of culture, race, intent, sexuality. I ask you to remember you're much larger than the very beginning of time. You and each and every one of them. Share heritage of the earth, part of the earth. As now as we come. The answer to someone's prayer, no matter how small, is it picking up perhaps a piece of paper someone dropped, opening the door for someone that's having difficulty? Well, I ask that each of us go forward in kindness, that kindness will become spread among normal, a way to live, not a moment in time, but a breathe each morning and each day. Having said that, we'd like to move forward. We're going to have a few words about the relationship of our renewal of the world. I'd like to ask that le come forward. Thank you much about the world with our good friend. And they'll pronounce it correctly when they get over here. So, thank you.
Wait on, Scott. I need to walk like when you need to find for them. Not only don't need to the going on, Scott. You know what? Not only you need to go out of friendship, but you don't have a going on, Scott. I need to walk where you need to walk the go. Not only you never lie about it. When they can assume. Don't you not act in the good. So, a great answer. And you know what way you did what you go. That will be a lot that you still. A great answer. And you know what way you did what you go. That will be a lot of that over the summer. When you don't have in the good. So, a great answer. And you know what way you did what you go. That will be a lot of only one smart, don't you have any good. So, wait on this. And you know what way you did what you do. That will be a lot of or there are lots of don't you have any good. So, wait on Scott. And you know what way you did what you do. That will be a lot of I am tossed and you don't have any good. So, wait on Scott. And you know what way you did what you do. Don't you know that is like you go. Oh, wait, answer. I need a lot of people. Days in your life, dearly, for the happy people. Oh, wait, answer. I need a lot when you need what you do. That days in your life, they overly super on your happy people. Oh, wait, answer. I think about any one. I don't get anything to rely on. They 14 so much. But you don't have any good. So, I made my answer. I need a lot when you do one. I don't get anything to rely on. They 14 to so, wait. I need a lot when you do one. I don't get anything to rely on. Yet it's a go, a lot of ways. Don't you know how any good. So, big answer. People are really using one good. And they see their life that they need to rely. So you don't have any good. So, a great answer. But you don't want to use one good. I don't see their life doing it. So, yeah, I never heard a lot when you don't have to do that. So, great answer. But you don't want it. Yet he saw that as the home get out a lot was only a part in the good love. So, when the one that being in your life and the OG spoke quite too much, don't use no part in the good love. So, the way the answer, I mean, what the good love. I don't need don't use no part in the good love.
The words before all else, the people are so off. Today we have gathered as the service of life continues. We are giving the duty to live in harmony with each other and all living nature. So we bring our minds together as we give praise and thanks to each other as people. Now our minds are one. Oh, Mother Earth, we are thankful for our Mother, the Earth, for giving us all we need for life. She supports our feet as we walk upon her. She gives us joy as she continues to care for us, as she has from the beginning of time. To our Mother, we send our greetings and thanks. Now our minds are one. The food plants. With one mind, we turn to honor and thank all the food plants we harvest from the gardens. since the beginning of time. The grains, veggies, beans, berries have helped the people from Tahetaweew to survive along with our neighbors, the animals. We send food plants greetings and thanks for fulfilling our hunger. Now our minds are one. Medicine herbs. Now we turn to the medicine herbs of the world. Since the beginning of time, she has taken away our sickness and pains. They are all ready to help us. We are happy that they still are among us, and the teachings that were passed on. We have come together to give greetings and thanks to our medicine herbs, the healers and teachers who still carry the knowledge of the medicines. Now our minds are one. To the waters. We give all our thanks to the waters of the world for quenching our thirst and providing us with strength. Water is life. We know its power in many forms: fire, streams, rivers, rains, ocean, sweat. We come together and send thanks to the spirit of the waters. Now our mind one. The fish and the water life. We turn our minds to the water and the fish. Their purpose is to fulfill our hunger and clean our waters, so the cycle continues. To the people who eat and survive, we give them thanks. So now we have come together to send our greetings and thanks to the fish and water life of the world. Now our minds are one. The plants. Now we are turned towards a vast field of plant life. The plants grow and work in many wonders. They sustain many life forms. With our mind together, we send greetings and thanks and look forward to the plant life for many generations to come. Now our minds are one. The birds and our minds together, and thank all the birds who move and fly over our heads and around us, watching us and giving us foresight into the things that are coming. Creation gave the beautiful songs that help plants grow and remind us to enjoy and appreciate life. Together, we send our greetings and thanks to the birds. Now our minds are one. To the four winds, we are thankful to the powers we know as the four winds. They hear their voices as they refresh the air we breathe. They help spread the words and pollen to replenish our plant life. They carry the moisture to help change our ocean. We, with one mind, send them greetings and thanks to the four winds. Now our minds are one. To the thunderers. Now we put our focus towards the thunderers to the west, where our grandfathers lived. The thunderers beings live with lightning and thundering voices. They bring them with water that renews life. We also are thankful for the evil things that they keep under the ground. Together we send them greetings and thanks to the thunders. Now our minds are one. To our elder brother, the sun. Now we turn our thoughts to the elder brother, the sun. Each day, without fail, he travels the sky from the east to the west, bringing light to the new day. He is the source of all life. He gives us greetings and thanks to the eldest brother, the sun. Now our minds are one. Creation. Now we turn our thoughts to creation. We send greeting and thanks, Yahweh, to creation. Thanks for all the gifts of life. Everything we need to survive. She has provided us with unconditional love. We send our base of words to give our greetings and thanks to creation. Now our minds are one. Closing words. Now we arrive at the place where we send our words. Of all things that we have named, it is not our intention to leave anything out. If something was forgotten, we leave it to each individual. We send greetings and thanks in their own way. Now our minds are one.
What now is we're going to be our flag ceremony.
Greetings, sisters, brothers, grandfathers, grandmothers, greetings to all of you, and also special greetings to all our global family watching us online at this moment. We are here on the sacred land territory, Ramapo, Munsee, and I have heard that Split Rock, there was vision the ancestors created around Split Rock that said that it would be a land where humanity meets in unity. So it's so auspicious that we're all here today, meeting together in the spirit of peace through unity. And it's so beautiful to see all of you here, but I also see the gathering of other ancestors, their tribes that we are going to call in today. So we have one spirit, one mind, one heart, as we travel the world over and call the souls of all nations here to Split Rock, where we will ignite this portal of the Munsee people. So it's a blessing for me to be here with all of our flag bearers that will carry in the flags of the world, but in representing the 7 continents of the world. So we will travel the 7 continents of the world and really commune in spirit with the people, the land, the culture, the ancestors of the people of the world, of the 7 continents, and also we commune with the wisdom of the indigenous people and all of our ancestors of Mother Earth. So we will go one by continent and call in the souls of every continent. And I'd like Chief Perry to join me here in the ceremony. And we will go starting if anyone of you would like to join as flag bearers, we could use extra flag bearers for this ceremony. So please stand, come and join us. We need many hands carry the soul of the nation here. So please come and join our beautiful flag bearers here. The whole room is coming together as one. We're ready to carry the spirit of all the continents. And so we'd like to start with the continent of Africa. So let's welcome the soul and spirit of Africa to join us here as we commune together in the spirit of peace community. Please come forward and just take in the colors of all the nations of the continent of Europe, representing the land, the cultures, all living things that exist on the continent of Europe that are going to join us today to bless this sacred portal. Beautiful, beautiful continent of Europe. As we commune with them today, here at the sacred portal. Beautiful. Let's all start together up front. Okay, can we see all the flags? Maybe come into the center together so we're one global African continent. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, and as we gather all here today, here I'd like Chief Perry to offer his blessings for the continent of Europe. Africa. Africa. Africa.
We'll plant the sounds, love, and peace, the blessings of the people of Africa. Life, the journey, make it made it rich. Hands that touch them in the past, they lift them now. And once again, reach their greatness, that all may live in harmony, in peace, in dignity of the world. We ask now we make it go to the world. That's the humanity that lives on humanity.
Beautiful. And now let's once again commune with the spirit and soul of the African continent. And let's all say together, may peace prevail on earth. Together. Thank you so much, Five Letters. Please put your flag into the flag behind you. Thank you so much. When you come back, and please prepare for the next set of flags in the middle. We will now prepare for the next continent. And it's so beautiful to watch the spirit of the world in front of us here. It's so beautiful. So are we ready for the next continent? Yes, we're moving along. So let's welcome the spirit of South America, the beautiful continent of South America that we will be communing with here today at Split Rock. So please step forward. Really, the souls of South America joining us today to ignite the land here, the portal of Split Rock. So please come forward in oneness and unity. On this land, there's humanity and unity. So this moment is commune and connect with the soul of South America.
Like to ask the Creator to once again look upon us. Look upon all of our brothers of the Southland. Brothers of the Southland is held and cradled in their arms for the most part, all of our land. Blessed, I've been blessed. We've all been blessed by the strength of all of our relatives in the Southland. I simply ask everyone to acknowledge the fact that we are all one, that we need each other, and that as we go forward, we will be our relatives in the Southland. And once again, live all going north. And I'd also like to say the reason we started indigenous embassy of the Western Hemisphere is because of our relatives. When we were in great need here, I'd like everyone to know this. We were in great need here, even with our prayer land ground. It was our relatives from the South. They came and stood by us. But many people right here in the North wouldn't even look at it. It was our relatives from the Southland that came and stood strong and made this thing possible. So I'd like to send out peace and blessings to each and every one of you and all of the land that's going to come from. I thank you.
Thank you so much. And now let's all together commune one last time, the ancestors, the land, cultures, and peoples of South America in oneness and unity, and say together, may peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail on earth. Thank you, flag bearers. Please put your flag in your right stand and our global family workers in front of us. And we will prepare for the next continent to come forward, which will be the continent of Europe. So please welcome the spirit and soul of the continent of Europe to join us here at Split Rock, the land where the radical community, one heart, one mouth, one spirit, and soul, as we commune with the land, culture, people, ancestors, and all living on the continent of Europe. And it's a big continent with all assembled in the front here, and make sure we can all be seen on the broadcast. So, yes, we can become one family together. There's a few more flags coming along. Beautiful continent of Europe to the east, Poland. The spirit is from the Georgia. And beautiful. And now we will ask Truth Perry to offer his blessing for our relatives coming.
Yeah, it's a good way for all of our people of the East. For many struggles and hardships they too have endured. The life they've been able to bring to their survival. That's part of humanity. That's an important part of growing forward in a better world. I said thanks and blessings to each and every one of you, each and every one of the country. And we may now once again, and we can touch it as we see in this room. We're all part of a common humanity, part of a common good. I pray that this may be so forever with us all.
Very much. And now we will seal our prayers for Europe together, one heart, one mind, one spirit, one spirit, may peace prevail on earth. Peace prevail on earth. Thank you, flag bearers. Please put your flag into the flag stand behind it. See our global family world. Beautiful tapestries of the land and people and cultures of the world. And I know many of you here represent different regions of the world, different nations and tribes and continents. But let's just say that we are carrying these flags on behalf of all the people of Mother Earth, on behalf of all the people who stand through the today. So now we travel to the Middle East, the region of the Middle East, and we are going to bless the land, culture, and security. The souls of the Middle East that they gathered here at Split Rock. They can stay for the unity of all management. Beautiful. Now, you carry these offerings to your life.
We ask the blessing upon all these children in the Middle East. For all those that survive and come forward with peace in their heart and their mind. Give thanks to all those that stretch out their hands and be unanimous to know that we are one people with one way and one law. Give thanks to each and every person in the country in the Middle East. And ask that it no longer be looked at in the Middle East, just simply belt of our mother the earth. That all may continue to go forward in peace, and love, and understanding.
Thank you. Thank you, flag bearers. And let's say one time together, may peace be over. Flag bearers. Turn around and have your flag. Family growing. Thank you. So we now travel to the far, all our relatives from the far east in here. Well, step forward now. And we will commune with them. The land, the people, their ancestors of Asia. So let us welcome the spirit and soul of Asia. Beautiful flag, beautiful colors and patterns that represent the soul of Asia. Forward are very faster and down. Asia, beautiful continent that lies very far east of us. I think beautiful family together as one. Now, we will ask we carry the altar blessings.
And peace and love to all of Asia. I like to think of Asia as the people who have not forgotten who they are. For all times, all turbulence, all winds, they always brought the spirit forward in a good way, in a blessing way. So I said, blessings to each and every one of those folks, everyone throughout Asia. And I ask that they continue, and I know they will, come forward and lift up each and every one of us in a real way. Truly is amazing. Very first lesson I learned about life was from spiritually from people today. So for that, I'm more than blessed. Thank you. Thank each and every one of you. Ask that each and every one of us may enjoy it in a good way and learn a better way as we go forward. Thank you.
Now let us all say together, may peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail on earth. Thank you to our flag bearers. Please turn around and place your flag into the flag statue. That's all of those family to roll with. And now we will travel to Oceania, referred to as the Pacific. Beautiful islands. So let's ready to commune with the land and people, the ancestors, and Pacific. Move forward. On the path, all beautiful island working on the projected here. There is preparing to alter his festival.
Perhaps the easiest to make layoff. That's not there. Move your hands on. This is why we send our blessings to all of our people, those lands. This, the new life, good life, beautiful life. The life don't want to talk to us. I give thanks to each and every one of you. Let us always remember that we are walking forward in a new way with new steps, with new hearts, good way, kind ways. I thank each and every one of you.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing all of this to us. Okay, and now let us all say together, peace. Empty flag there. Turn around and place your flag. As you prepare to welcome the last of the world. The spirit of North and South. So many lands and people of the world.
Thank you. North America, South America, all of the Caribbean, all of the islands. Understanding. They've brought a lot of strength. Well, that all may continue to go forward with love, peace, and in kindness.
My favorite remains as before. It's the flag of the church. And then here's this beautiful flag here, and we have the mother. So let us send our prayers out to all indigenous, not only but Mother Earth. So let's say 3 times together. May peace be in all. And now, going forward, mind, soul of Mother Earth, and let us say 3 times together, may peace prevail on earth, and you're welcome to wave all the colorful flag. Together. May peace prevail on earth. Perry?
I mean, that this is a tangible proof that all of us are one. This time we remember this moment, this way, and go forward with strength and love in our hearts. Walk in kind. For surely kindness is the answer to someone's prayer.
Hi, everyone. So what we're going to do right now is that we are going to hear from so many people here, indigenous, interfaith representatives of this wonderful community of peace. And so we are setting up, and we are going to be hearing from Chief Perry, introducing all the speakers for this for the rest of the program. First, though, we're gonna hear the conch that may or may not travel well over media. So we'll see.
And then, right from that they go forward, I think
we honor the direction of Tahetaweew, the direction where our fathers on this world, the direction of the men, the direction of knowledge. Everybody. Ashkat Tapalolis in Siwatlan Pachaneque. We are in the direction of Chipetepec, the direction of the woman, the direction of with the woman that gave birth, died giving birth, give new
so
life.
they can give new life.
Ate ko
Ate
koli.
Kokoli.
Oh, Mateo. At tanto kapaloli si Miklam Pachaneke, the direction of the elders, the direction of internal knowledge, the direction where we learn the ancient memory. Ate ko koli. Mateo. Ashkanto Tapalolis Islam Pachanek. We honor the energy of Huitzilopochtli, the direction of the children, direction of the fire.
Ate Kokoli.
Mateo? Ashkanto Tapalolis Lopenawake Palamuane. We honor the direction of the cosmic energy, the direction of the universe, the direction that gives us life, the direction of the Great Spirit. Ate Kokoli. Mateo? Ashtanto Tapalolis Tonansi Quatlique. We honor the direction of Mother Earth, the one that gives us life, the one that gives us everything to survive on this earth. And then one day will open up to receive us in harmony.
Please go forward.
Gonna sound the shofar, which is what we're doing here this time of year, to hear a very personal and a very collective call for awakening.
Like to begin now in some of our words and wisdom from our books here. And we're going to start with While we're waiting, I want to give a real special thanks to Jay. The program all day as we reorient. Jay has never used their pen, so I know who's going to be next. Dwaine, Itia Ono, Iri Bukaro, Aguibana, Boriken, Taino Daka, Gasike, Yukayekan, Wainia, Waidaka, 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 Dariken, Iaha, Dariken, Iaha, Aika, Pahom. Wanted to extend greetings in my indigenous language, letting you know where I'm from. My name is Roberto Bojero. In my community, they also know me as Mukaro Aguibana. I have a leadership title in my community, the Guainia Taino tribe, and I'm very happy to be here. And I said, as I look around, I see unity here, and it's very good, and I'm very happy. Thank you to the Ramapo, Munsee, Lunaape Nation for the invitation to be here with you all today. As a Taino person, I feel very honored and humbled by our long-standing friendship. Our peoples signed a treaty of friendship a few years back, and I'm so happy that we continue to honor that together. And happy as a Taino person because if we look at the history of this hemisphere, our people, the Taino people in the islands, in the Caribbean islands, were the very first peoples of the Americas to encounter Columbus and other Europeans when they started to come over to this hemisphere. We greeted them and we had hope for unity at that time. And about 531 years later, we're still hoping for that unity, but at least now we're starting to see this come to pass. And so this gathering gives us hope. And as we're just passing the International Day of Peace, in our language, we say, Masi Nato Peace. I just want to extend Peneko Kakona to each and every one of you. Abundant blessings. And once again, I thank Chief Perry for that invitation to be here. I look forward to all the other messages of peace and unity to you today. Thank you, relatives. Like that word. Give me a part of days long. Like that word like Mahwah. Here with us. From last time. Oh, open questions. Thank you. Just right here, so be reminded of what's sharing and that's what's here. Sanju Sanju works. My gift on it. Kevanya Momeba. Sanjay comes in. They want them. They range them. They will just. Lungi give the power to it. They want never judge. Panum Sabah, whichever judge. Let's direct everyone. Greetings into the language. Oh. My name is Kunsa. New Jersey. I can also
It's age ranging from 3-year-old to 12-year-old. We have a woman currently with us. Is teaching our culture, our language, our way of life. For example, this dress is called Tibetan chupa. We learn how to dress our own dress because our culture and our language are getting exterminated, and our people are being genocided. There's an occupation by China government. So I have a skit that I wanted to read. On behalf of Tibetan community in New Jersey, we extend our heartfelt gratitude for the privilege for residing on the sacred ancestral territory of Ramapo, excuse my pronunciation, Munsee, Lunaape people. Today we stand in awe of enduring spirit of vibrant Ramapo, Munsee, Lunaape communities that thrive upon this land. In humble reverence, we acknowledge profound contributions, unwavering courage, and profound sacrifices made by Ramapo, Munsee, Lunaape people and their reverent ancestors. Their enduring legacy enriches our shared existence, and we pledge to honor and uphold their heritage with respect and gratitude. Thank you very much.
Now we want to have a few words for our dear sister, Reverend Faith.
So I had my prepared remarks, and then when I opened my magazine, it said, the number one thing, which is also the easiest thing to do, but also the thing we tend to do the worst, is to listen. Okay, somebody's telling me something. I need to pay attention. You know, when spirit speaks, you got to listen. Okay, that's the way we operate, right? Because nothing happens without spirit. So I was grateful coming over the bridge today because the rain was light. I said my prayer. I said, if you want me to be there, Lord, you got to help me out. Rain was light. I got here. You all got here. We're good. We're good. Now, Chief asked me to speak about unity. And I think the first thing that came to me is if we're going to be united, we must first be united within ourselves. And my struggle over my life has been to recognize all of who I am. Because in this society, I was told you're one thing, but you're not the other. I am Black and Cherokee. And society said, you're Black. Don't talk about the other. What now? Well, 3 problems. It was difficult to talk about it because I didn't know much about Cherokee heritage. There weren't any children in my school who were also, or who would speak about it. So that was the second problem. And then what the society said, to choose as if one could. One must be united in oneself. And so over my life, I've been looking to see how I could be united in myself and learning. And so with good allies from my seminary, meeting Chief Perry, Center for Earth Ethics, Corinna Gore, I got to learn more about the doctrine of discovery. And yes, I will speak about who I am. I will learn about who I am, and I will share who I am. And because I live on the land of the Munsee people, I will work with the Munsee people because I am indigenous as they are. And that in and of itself, my unity with them, that makes unity, more unity. And being with you all today, this is amazing. This is a gift. This is affirming. This is what needs to happen. Now, tomorrow I'll be at my congregation, and I will be preaching about love in revolution. Now, if we see the word revolution, I don't have it written out for you, but if we were to see it, we'll see that as we go past the letter R, we see the word love, L-O-V-E, spelled out. There is love in revolution. What we are doing here today, bringing all the world together, is love in revolution. We are about love in revolution. That is who we are. That is unity. Unity, bringing the community together, strength, walking together, respect. That is what we are. Be blessed. Know who you are, own who you are, and connect. Don't fear telling the truth. Don't let anybody shut you down. Do what you need to do. Listen to spirit. Always be in prayer. We got you. We're with you. Blessings. Anishi. Amo.
By Bible story, please. We welcome shout out to see Pacific of the Statico First Nations, also known as the Tahetaweew. My wife's people, the Lunaape people. Very grateful to be here with all of you. It's gratitude, and to polish the chain of our unity that we've had since before colonization, and with our brothers and sisters that are here from Munsee and from Ramapo, and to show our connection to them, to show that we continue to hold these ancient agreements, regardless if the newcomers tried to separate us from these agreements. And then to invite everyone to be a part of this chain with us in a good way. And I think it's time that we really had a true wiping of the tears ceremony, so that we can move past all of the genocide and the treachery that's happened to all of our people. Because it didn't just happen here, it happened in Europe, it happened all over the world. This separation, this surgical removal of who we are on this planet and our ancient obligations to our next 7 generations. And so I think it's time to extend that covenant chain to wrap around all of the world and all of our people, so that we can actually have a future for our next generation. So with that said, I'm honored to be here with you, my cousin, and all of you. And I say, Oniwe, Ane, Naki Judge Westie, I am grateful to you. You are my relatives. Going to hear from Corona. Thank you. Next speaker will be Corona.
Hello, greetings. I'm Coretta Gore, and I'm honored to be here with the words shared. And by expressing it was somewhere about this at the United General Assembly is gathering. We're living in a time in which we can turn to nature in a way never before in that way. And I'm looking to try to express something about that. It's difficult in words. I know many of us feel it. No part of why there are these stronger storms and heat waves and wildfires, and why the ice is melting at the pools, and why peoples around the world, and also the animals and plant life are moving. That is happening now. It's happening. The collective human behavior, not the pattern that we've gotten in of just that extraction and burning and domination and taking from the earth, taking and not giving back in that way. And I wanted to express that when I think about Unity Earth, I think about what that's teaching us, that voice of nature is teaching us that when there is the wildfires and the emissions of the burning of the fossil fuels in one part of the world, when there's the chopping down of the rainforest, even in the Amazon and Congo, that in fact what that does is it affects things everywhere. So we can see that the melting of the ice also causes the sea level to rise, even up in the Hudson, what they call the Hudson River. I've learned from my Ramapo, Munsee, Lunaape relatives, including Al here, Mahwah, the river that flows both ways. Even that rises, even that water rises from when the ice and the pools melt. And so Unity Earth is right now acknowledging and recognizing and witnessing that, and then understanding that we're in sync with it. We're so much a part of nature. We're not separate. The air in our lungs and the iron in our blood, the soil and the sunshine and the food that sustains us, all of these things are Unity Earth in our bodies. And this time, this climate, what they call crisis or emergence, is actually just that call. And we heard here the way that call in that ancient way comes from the shofar, from the conch, in this beautiful way, that ancient way of actually communicating with what we know are the spirits of nature that are there. And I think in some way, acknowledging that we hear and that we listen and that we're coming together in a new way to be in balance and harmony. So I want to say that. I want to say that I come from peoples of Northern Europe who arrived on this land. I was born in what's known as Tennessee, and I'm here now on these lands. I want to say that I feel that my family has been involved in the United States government for generations. I work at a seminary. I want to say that there's a place for those of us that carry those energies and those ancestries and lineages to acknowledge the harm that's been done, to apologize in that way, but to also say that it's about repentance is walking another direction. It's not apologizing and walking the same direction. So we walk the other direction in together, and it is this circle. And I want to say also gratitude, because many of us have that calling to feel reconnected, to feel that belonging to the earth, that
we have been taught so beautifully, and being able to be invited to be smudged off in the beginning and acknowledging these elders, Mud Turtle, and others who are here who give in that way and include us in that way, seeing the United States flag here among many flags in this circle is really profoundly healing. Being invited to wear a regalia expresses what you belong. You know, sometimes it's challenging for us. I have a skirt that has paisleys on it because there's a Paisley Scotland. And that's a symbol, you know, many of these cultures, even in Europe, and Hawkstorn reminded us of this just now, many of these cultures in Europe had those meanings and those symbols in those ways before. And so just to express gratitude from my heart and my mind in a good way for the belonging that is expressed here. And I would like to just close by saying that the oneness of life is in some way the lesson of our time. And we live in a beautiful circle, which also, I have these earrings, they're spirals. And I remember that there was a teaching from the Kogi elders, and some of these from Sierra Nevada came I know to Split Rock, about the spiral is a signature of the spiritual authority of water, because of those whirlpools that you'll see sometimes in big bodies of water. It's one of many things that science and mathematics can't explain. Just like all of the science and technology can't explain the life force that we're all here experiencing. But we can feel it in this circle. And so I close just with that gratitude and love to all of you. Thank you.
So we are now closing from Split Rock, and we are wishing you a peaceful, beautiful continuation of your day and your year. May peace prevail on earth, and may peace prevail in our hearts.
Cool. Give us a song. Thank you.
Yeah, let's go to me. We are signing off from Split Rock. Yes, and we are